Well, that's pretty much our story. What about you, Cynthia?
Well, have I got a story for you? I'm alive, and I'm free. You see, oblivion has fallen for me. I once was bound in chains of darkness, hunted by the beast, that dragon of old, who dragged me into his dungeon, a pit so deep, filled with despair. You see, I never thought I would ever escape from there. Hope was gone. The light was snuffed out. I was choked, suffocating in lies spoken over me. You see, I had built my identity on what happened in my past. I became the opposite of who I was created to be. I was frozen in fear, guilt, and shame. I was down and out of the game, unable to live in the present moment. Anxiety gripped me like a tight noose, pulling me into thoughts of destruction, panic, and what ifs. I was trapped in my mind, gaslit to the end. A waking nightmare, shadows pursuing fast, oblivion encompassed, the beast hounded me at my heels day and night. The footman was knocking at my door. The dragon had me. Its fire was too great. The voices, the sirens in my head drew me into the depths of darkness, the caverns beyond all hope. So I let go of the rope. Trapped, I wandered around an endless black sea, where wave after wave seemed to envelop and encompass me. In my greatest weakness, I took my own life. Not once, but thrice. I rolled that dice. I flat out rejected the story the Creator had written for me. I believed the lie that suicide was my only friend. Not knowing what would happen in the end. Not caring, just wanting to disappear. To go into any other dimension or realm than the world that was here. To stuff myself out of this cruel existence. To close my eyes forever. Seemed like bliss in an instant. I awoke, realizing I still had breath in my lungs, disappointed, feeling a failure, even in death. So my head and heart hung. The world was still. I was awake. I was alive. There in my darkness, I began to see a faint but flickering light, lit just for me. The God of the universe was making himself known. He said, "Don't end the plan I have for your life. For I spared you not once, but thrice. There's an enemy of your soul, that dragon of old, and his plan is to take you from me by filling you with lies and despondency." God was drawing me to himself in the chaos, showing me his great beauty in my darkness. I had built my identity, my value, based on fallacies, functioning from a place of fear, guilt, and shame, making decisions based on false realities. I was a Christian, but I didn't know my eternal destination. Wrong theology, made for weak psychology. I began to see a picture greater than me. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about them. It wasn't about the what, because it was all about the who. It wasn't about back then. It was about this moment now. What will I choose? You see, the transformational love of Jesus Christ busted through my chaos. He gave me beauty in my darkness, hope in my hopelessness, salvation in my destruction, rescue in my captivity, and freedom from my bondage. I once was confused and spiraling. In desperation, I read all the promises of the Bible with paralyzing, gripping fear and anxiety, drowning me deeper into oblivion, taking me far from reality, thinking there must be something wrong with me, for what I'm reading isn't working for me. I must be broken, maybe even forsaken. I wanted my mind to be stilled, searching for a gun, anything to silence the pain, just to silence the voices, silence it all. I used to be trapped, bound in chains of darkness. You see, the King of the universe was on a rescue mission for me. He sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die in my place, just so I could finish my race. Now I know my past failures and mistakes doesn't define me. My family and divorce doesn't define me. Domestic violence, rape, and incest doesn't define me. Mental illness, brain injuries, eating disorders, chronic pain, and hospital stays doesn't define me. All of my fear, guilt, and shame no longer makes me who I am. I am who God says I am. I am chosen. I am forgiven. I'm redeemed. I'm loved and not forsaken. My power restored. My honor restored. My innocence restored. I'm alive and I am set free. Now my bad thoughts are held captive by me. No longer am I a slave, chasing fantasies and fallacies, but rather doxologies and right theologies. I'm alive and I am free. Oblivion has truly fallen for me. You see, because Jesus Christ died for me. I once was a slave to darkness, held in bondage. The weight of my sin, the chains of my past were crushing my very existence. That dragon of old had me in the prison of my mind. I must rise above. I don't have time to be stuck in my past or to be trapped in my mind by my pain, to be benched and out of the game. So I let go, and I believe I will watch dawn break forth through this long, dark eve. You see, I have adventures to live, dragons to slay, mountains to climb, and obstacles to overcome, and beaches to watch the rising and setting of the sun. There is a happily ever after awaiting just for me. Yes, I'm alive and I'm free because Jesus Christ died for me. Christ is hope. Christ is hope.